Aloha!
Aloha,
My name is Krista Ralaksmi-Dettel
and I'm Michael Ditton.
and we are Infinite,
Activation.
coming to you from.
Southern California, San Diego. Beautiful day here today.
Yeah. So today we have new news for you all to announce.
We do?
Yeah.
What's that?
We are going to move.
We are?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Didn't we just move?
Yeah, like 2 years ago.
Yeah, and didn't we just move before that?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Okay. So does that mean we can start planning in the next 2 years?
Yeah,
Okay.
probably.
All right.
So what's cooking?
Well, we are Texas bound. As some of you know, we acquired some property in Texas, so we're going to be a little bit closer to that project. Plus, we actually are in negotiations on some other properties in Texas, so there's some opportunities there, and we're going to go get a little closer to them, at least between now and next summer, where hopefully all the COVID stuff is done, and countries are opened up, and we can start going back to Estonia again during the summertime. And then from there, it may be less than 2 years, but from there we'll either return to Texas or the next target is Florida. So we do have some things going on over the next couple of years, but we're pretty excited. Next month, July, is going to be our last year here in Southern California, and then we head to Texas, and we'll set up camp there for a few months at least, and we'll see where we go from there. But it's pretty exciting.
Yeah. So seems like we started in Hawaii, then San Diego, then Texas, and then Florida. So
Yeah.
we go like through the whole thing.
Yeah, and from Florida, probably back to the Pacific Northwest, where ultimately we want to have a nice little place up in the Pacific Northwest, so out in the nature. So,
Yeah.
and maybe we'll keep a little place in Florida because it's beautiful down there. So,
Yeah.
or one of the Caribbean islands, or who knows? That's
Yeah.
We got 2 years. That's 4 or 5 years from now.
Yeah. So what's really cool about these changes is that when they present themselves, it's always good to look into them and also see, because there is always something, I believe, also something bigger going on. Sometimes the places we go need our energy, and sometimes the places we go, we need those energies or experiences. So like in Michael's case, that location would be like amazing and almost like perfect to work with real estate investments and stuff. And Houston market is really hot and all of those things.
Yeah, it's definitely it's going to be a focal point for the next couple of years. It doesn't mean we have to be there for a couple of years, but lots of opportunities there. So we're looking at acquiring properties in different parts of the country, but Texas is going to be a main focus point for the next 12 to 24 months.
Yeah. And we have really enjoyed San Diego. In so many ways, we probably couldn't really fully do it
Right.
because of COVID and other things, but it has been actually a really good base for kind of caving into our online businesses and everything. And it has been actually good that there wasn't so much going on, so that we could focus and build it like
Everything
step by
happens
step.
for a reason.
Yeah. And also we have really enjoyed living so close to the beach,
Gonna miss that.
yeah, 300 steps. But it's also, we know that we are basically here to also let our life missions to serve the purpose through us. So like we are actually mediators of our gifts, so that we can also go and share our gifts also other places with other people who maybe need it even more. So this way, that openness also is really cool. And I am so lucky. I am completely sure I married a jackpot, because Michael is number one planner, organizer, and the master of logistics. Can you tell people and kind of let us peek into behind the scenes, like what's going on now once this decision has been done? What's on your plate connected to that?
Oh, I don't know if we have enough time for that. You mean the madness that goes on in my head? Well, we've been thinking that this was going to happen for a little while, so it's been stirring around in my brain for a while. But once we made that final decision, which was just a couple of days ago, a lot of things have to happen. How are we getting there? Whether it's going to be a rental truck, one of the storage containers, a moving line company, whatever the case might be. And because there is a little bit of an exodus out of California, because of the cost of living and other reasons, and being summer, it's a very busy time. So The first place I called, the soonest they could get to us was actually the 6th of August. So that's to show you, and we're still in June. So I've managed to get the time frames that we're looking for through various companies, schedule all the things we need to do. But you know I'm really bad. I mean, I'm going to pack up all the stuff in the house that we don't need long before then.
And then also sell some stuff, and then you're
Yep.
also moving the storage to
Yeah. Well, and today we're going from a smaller storage to a bigger storage so that when I do pack the things that are in the house, I'll just put them all in storage. So everything's going to be in two places. It's either going to be in the house or in storage, and everything that's in storage is basically packed and ready to go onto the truck. So it'll simplify that final end because between the businesses that we have, they're pretty demanding, and I just don't want to take a solid week of my time and have to pack and everything else. It's a little bit more stressful. So if I do a little bit every day, this far out, then when that day does come, it'll be basically when that day comes, we'll have the storage unit that needs to get into whatever container we're putting and the house into it, and then we put a lock on it and we jump in the car and we go.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that simple for me.
Yeah. And we have actually experienced quite a bit of moving together, and then also I moved a lot prior we met, and you moved a lot also prior, all of what was going on in your life.
Mm-hmm.
So we know a lot what it brings, with, all the new beginnings and new networks and so on. And we are very excited because we're both very social and very outgoing people and community-based people. So,
very much so.
Yeah, so it will be amazing to jump into the area and start to influence and see what we can do and help there as well.
Yeah, not that we have any problem with the community out here, although it's been a little bit limited due to COVID. But some of the things, I lived in Texas, but it was back in the '70s. So and I had property in there from '08 to '16, so I'm familiar with Texas. But when I went back the first time when we were acquiring this one property, I'd forgotten about the Southern charm. And it's not that I forgot about it. It's just it's not something you experience in other parts of the country. For example, I went into this little restaurant, which was a mom and pop restaurant, and the owner was behind the counter cutting meat. It was a ribs and a lot of ribs there, a lot of barbecue type stuff, and he's cutting the meat in that. And there's one guy at the counter with him, and then somebody at the register. And place the order. The one guy, in between the owner and the gal on the register, puts everything on the tray and puts it up. And then the owner asks a question, and I get my meat. And the last thing he said before I walked away, he said, is thank you very much for coming into our place today. And it was just like, oh my God. And you open the door for somebody and they say, thank you. And they address you as, Miss Crystal. And it's just, it's just refreshing. And, it's unfortunate that sometimes we get into places that are a little bit more of a rat race, a little bit faster pace, and some of those things are forgotten. But those are the things that really warm my heart, and I don't want to take away from the places that don't do it because it's a different life, a different style, and I'm a chameleon, and Crystal's a chameleon, and we adapt to any of those. But some of those little things that you pick up in other places are truly they're truly a blessing. So I'm looking forward to that.
And it will be another lesson or class for me with like all the politeness, different kind of politeness.
Yeah. It's
for Estonian.
Yep. Well, your anthropology background is going to experience another culture.
Yeah.
We're in America, but within America, we have so many different cultures, just state by state. The diversity of the groups. We have so many backgrounds throughout the country, and each area also has its own little. So I think you're going to enjoy that as well.
Yeah. So if someone is also in the midst of change and is going to move, what would be maybe 3 tips you would give to them, like how to make it the easiest? In a way, you already mentioned it, but maybe you have something else too.
Yeah, first and foremost is, breathe. And I even have a problem with that is, it's going to be okay. No matter what, it's going to be okay. Whether you wait till the last minute and it's total chaos, you're going to get it done. Or you plan and prepare a little bit more, you're going to get it done. to me, over the years, it may create a little discomfort to pack up everything in the house beforehand, because the minute you pack something, you need it. And you haven't used it in 2 years, but the minute you pack it, you need it. So, but I'd much rather deal with that than just complete, stress for a week, just packing, sweating, making sure you can get everything done. So planning is, in my eyes, one of the most important things, just because it allows you, it's just like setting goals. I mean, you set a goal, you actually devise a plan in order to accomplish that goal. Without that plan, you might get there, but it's probably going to be a little bit more challenging, just because you don't know if you need to step left or you need to step right. So planning, I think, is probably, other than breathing, just know that it's going to be okay. But planning is a big thing.
So earlier you do it, easier it will be, and also systemize it, like kind of.
For me, yeah. I'm not saying everybody has to be as completely bat crazy as I am about it. But I look at the calendar. I printed 2 blank calendars, one for this and one for next month, and I've written specific things on those calendars because those things need to happen. I don't want to wait till the last minute to try to schedule whatever transportation is going to take our stuff there. So that was on the calendar yesterday. Obviously, we're in a place where we needed to do notice. You can't wait to the last minute to do that. So that's on the calendar and done. Simple little things like, and if you wait till the last minute, some of those things you forget about. But, we have renter's insurance on this place. Well, if we don't cancel it, or put it on the calendar to cancel, we may pay for something that we don't necessarily need. So, again, the further out you can think about those things, the more things you can put on that checklist that needs to happen and put on the calendar. So to me, it just, instead of doing 100 things in 7 days, you got 100 things over 60 days. And it's just a lot less stressful, and you can continue to live life during that time as well. Like, I'm going to go today and do this move, but out of the one storage into the other. But after that, I'll take 2 or 3 tubs, every day, every other day, or what have you, and slowly start to do it. So it's not, a major effect on my day. I do 1 run a day to the storage, put that in there every day. We're closer to having everything packed.
Yeah, it's really good tips. And this is one thing also when we got together, and like even, in Estonia also, we moved everything out of the storage and then into the storage, and went through, kind of got rid of some stuff also. And it's that's the thing, like when you live the lifestyle we do, so you have to like figure out like how to make all these things work. And also another thing, when we go to Estonia and we are there like a couple of months, like, okay, so what do you do with the place you have here, because you still have all the expenses and stuff. So these are things you have to kind of think through, like how you can make it all work.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. And I like planning. I mean, it's to me, it's kind of like, to me, it's a fun puzzle. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. I mean, because I know what the end picture is, and everything I do is a piece of the puzzle to get the complete picture. And I'm excited about doing that. I'm not really big on puzzles, believe it or not. I mean, I used to like them when I was a kid, but this type of puzzle I enjoy because I know what the end result is, and I'm excited about getting there. And I want to make it as easy and painless as possible, and that's why I plan.
Yeah. And it's a good workout too. Oh my God.
Absolutely. Moving, several thousand pounds multiple times is, and I do it by myself. And I enjoy doing it. I mean, it is a workout, but I really do enjoy doing it because, again, to me, it's kind of like, and I do not that I want to do it all the time, but it's kind of like me working in the garden. I love going out and working in the garden. I'd much rather be doing that than moving. But if I do it every 3 years and I have a new exciting thing that's happening, then it is fun. It is pleasurable for me. So it's part of the process.
I remember when we were in England, and the last couple of places where we stayed had those like English houses where you have like stairs going straight, like almost like 90 degrees up. And then the very last
and
night,
you have to almost turn sideways to walk up them. They're really skinny, and they're very, very steep. Yeah.
So the last hotel we stayed there last night, it was like, oh yeah, your room is on the second floor. And we're like, okay, oh no. And there it was, the stairs going up,
Yeah. I think
Or,
they were kind enough to let us keep a couple bags downstairs, if I remember correctly,
yeah,
because
so,
they knew
yeah.
how crazy it was.
Yeah, so we're like, okay, in the future maybe we have a little helper for
Yeah.
for the
Yeah, well,
suitcases.
those type of things are, but those two are also fun. So
Yeah,
I am the Sherpa in those cases,
yeah,
and Crystal makes sure she maximizes every square inch and pound that she can in those boxes. Matter of fact, she encroaches on mine. So, but
that's a good teamwork,
yeah,
right?
yeah. You say
Like,
go, and I pick it up and go. That's great teamwork.
and then I put more weight so you look more sexy.
I'll
and
get more
lifted.
exercise. Yes. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So, okay, so that was our live for today. I see that some people were watching, and if you were, please leave a little aloha. And if you have some questions or comments, please don't hesitate to leave them below this video. And we are excited. We try to keep these lives going as much as we can. And if something comes on the way, we'll let you know if we move the date or something. So,
Yep.
and please like, subscribe, and share. And next week also a little reminder, on the 17th of June at 11 Pacific time, I will do the free presentation about 6 mistakes to avoid if you want to get a healthy and happy body. And I have also introduction to WildFit and WildFit 90 days challenge. And this is actually starting also by the end of June, 28th of June. So very exciting times. In a week's time, I think I'm going to do my written exam too. So it has been very hectic time, but also lots of learning. So
Very proud of you, because not only did you fall in love with something that's great for you and everybody that you share it with, but to take and get certified to do this program, I'm very proud of you.
yeah, thank you for your support.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So here we are. Thank you, and see you again next week if you joined the free class. And I would recommend you to actually sign up, even if you can't come there, because the video link and post review, or what you call it, afterwards,
Yeah.
will be in the email. So if you register, that email will be sent as well. So
Check it out.
yeah, you will not miss it. So
Yeah.
thank you so much, and we appreciate you. Be aloha, be kind, and till we see you next time.
Aloha.
Aloha.